Dr. Shiva explains the Illuminati control system. This is a short little 15-minute clip of Dr. Shiva explaining the swarm system that the elites of our world have created. I think you guys will really enjoy this one. Dr. Shiva ayyadurai. He's actually credited with the first email, basically the guy that made email that we send to and from today. He's a MIT grad, professor, all this, that, and the other, PhD. He does a great little bird's eye view of the control mechanisms that we have here in place in our world right now. He breaks it down, basically, kind of the overall macro perspective. I think this video will give you much perspective on the overall view of everything that's going on. So I'll go ahead and get this started. My name's Alex. I've been studying the extraterrestrial UFO phenomenon for 4 years now. I guess you could say I'm a ufologist. Don't really know if I would be considered that or not, but I do know some things and I'm willing to share them with you. I know many whistleblowers. I talk to them frequently, and I think people need to hear this information to be able to make better decisions about themselves, their family, and their community. So let's go ahead and get this video started, and I hope you enjoy it.
Dr. Shiva ayyadurai, how a very small set of people control 8 billion people. This is what I call the elite. Let's say there's about 10,000 of them. How is it these people are able to manipulate the 8 billion people here? If you talk to a lot of naive people, they think, oh, it's the Rothschilds over here, or it's the aliens. They don't understand. It's not any one individual. It's not any one organization.
It is the Rothschilds, and it is a little bit about the extraterrestrials. However, they are all intertwined, and it's a little more complicated than just than this goes into. But this is a great place to start. All the variables and pieces here are listed, and it just in a scholarly fashion, which is very nice.
There's something called swarm intelligence. If you watch all those birds flying together, not any one of them is in control. They move together as a unit. They're closely knit. They're quote unquote telepathic, but they move with a singular goal. The goal of the elites here is power, profit, and control. This is the goal. So if we look at it from a control system, what are the inputs they're sending into this system to achieve their goals? And what is the output that they seek? So if you're an elite over here and you're looking at those 8 billion people, how do you know you're achieving your goal? Are people getting fat, meaning unhealthy? Are people getting dumb, which means ignorant? Are people happy, which means are they being entertained? Are people divided? Are they isolated, disconnected? They don't want people here connecting with each other. Are people feeling helpless? Are people looking to the elites to save them? And they like that. They like when people here are looking to them, the enemy here, for their saviors. They really love that. They want people to be disorganized, and they definitely want people to be helpless. This is what they want. If you do not want to unite among people here and find who your own leaders are from below, they are quite happy. They're achieving their goal. Power, profit, and control. Now, how do they do this? You're going to realize it's not any one group. It's an interconnected, tightly knit group. They're all closely interconnected. In fact, they all go to the same restaurants. They have all their kids going to the same equestrian shows. They all shop at the same place. They all go to the same parties. You're not part of that. So who are these people? And what are the institutions of power that they have? Well, first of all, they have academia. Harvard, Oxford, Yale, MIT, IIT in India, the top 100 university presidents. These people are on boards of companies, but it's about 100 people who run the major universities in the world. NGOs, or nonprofits. These are people who run these huge nonprofit organizations like the Clinton Global Initiative, WEF, World Economic Forum, Center for Foreign Relations. And there's many other institutions like these, but it's the CEOs of these institutions. And these guys know each other. They definitely work together. The next thing you have is you have government, US senators, prime ministers of countries, advisors to government, think tanks, the Belfer School at Harvard, the Stanford Internet Observatory. They created the censorship infrastructure. This includes CIA, right? Intelligence organizations. And again, all these people know each other. They're interconnected. They're a swarm. They're tightly knit. They're not divided like these people over here. They're not disconnected. They're highly interconnected. So these people are focused on power. But then you also have a whole nother people, the CEOs of the global 2000 companies, other big organizations like big pharma companies, Pfizer, big big agriculture companies like Syngenta, big investment companies, JP Morgan. You put Deutsche Bank here. You put Epstein down here. Okay, he was involved in all this. You also have the Fed, the central banks. All these people party together. When I say party together, I mean literally they party together, guys. Absolute close-knit friends. And in fact, the CEO of a Global 2000 company will easily move to one of the investment companies down here. If you look at Target, big companies like Anheuser-Busch and Exxon, you'll find that at one point they were in one of these investment companies, and these investment companies sit on the board of these companies, and they shuffle back and forth. So this is all about making money, right? These people are about making the dollar. These people are all about power. This is profit. And then fundamentally, you have control. Hollywood over here. This includes celebrities. You have their agents, Hollywood agents, like Ari Emanuel, as I've talked about, who's a guy who controls most of Hollywood. He controls Worldwide Wrestling Federation, the MMA, etc. The media companies. This includes Disney, Viacom. This includes now Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. These are large media companies. Google, you can put in there also. You also have big news stations, CNN, Fox. And combined with this, now we have another group, social media influencers. This is like Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, these characters who have come in, but they do not exist without support from these guys. If you notice, overnight, a bunch of social media influencers have come out of nowhere. And these people
Yep.
are created by these people. So when you look at this, the academics, the NGOs, the government, the think tanks, the investment companies, the Fed, the big pharma, the CEOs, the Hollywood celebrities, media, social media influencers, and the news companies, and you can even take the top 10 of each one of these, they all know each other, everyone. And in order to manipulate these people, they need front men to manipulate these people with policies. Because what comes out are policies. These are the inputs they put into the
So this is a perfect example of how it goes to show that a few tight-knit group of individuals can control the masses. I mean, 8 billion people are in control by these mechanisms, okay? This is worldwide. This is not just for the United States. This is all over the planet, okay? It just goes to show that if you control the people at the top, you don't have to control the little guys at the bottom because they will start controlling each other based on the principles, policies, actions that the elite take against them.
system, propaganda. They feed these people purposely, people who they tell them are going to save them, like the Elon Musks or Trump or the Kennedys. Now, who are the people part of the swarm that does that? They have the obvious establishment. And these people are like the Clintons or the McConnells or the Obamas or the Bushes or the Queen of England. Typically people say, oh yeah, those guys are part of the establishment. But one of the things we teach at Truth Freedom Health, the most insidious people are what I call the not so obvious establishment. These are the people that are created to make sure that the 8 billion people look to the elites to save them. Trump, he's got a golden toilet. Mar-a-Lago, Kennedy's, completely bogus family. You can look at historically people like Gandhi or people like MLK. These people all came and were endorsed by the swarm. These people do not exist. They live in Malibu. They live in the places of the elites. And these people are the ones that are used to send the inputs of this controller. In system science, these are the controllers. These are the people controlling the inputs that go in. And remember, their goal is to make sure people are in the state of division, disconnection, and helplessness, particularly. They're observing all this. They have their sensors. And one of the features that they notice is that as long as people are in dysfunction and diseased mentally, physically, emotionally, they're happy. Well, what are those diseases these days? We see.
If you guys want to do further research on this topic, look up the Hegelian dialectic. Okay, it's basically a phenomenon or a system known as problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem. You provide a reaction. They already have a predetermined solution for that problem to make it seem like they're the savior, in which you put trust in them because you did save them, when in reality you're the one that created the problem in the first place, so that way you could put a control mechanism such as a solution to save them from it. This is why you look to the elites to save you. This is why you are looking for people to come and bail you out, metaphorically speaking, because they've created this problem for you that doesn't really even exist without them creating it in the first place.
Obesity. We see endocrine disruption, men with low testosterone, and people questioning their sexuality. We also see people with cancer. The world's population's life expectancy is going down. The United States is going this way, and this from 1980 to 2020. They like this. This is life expectancy. In fact, when they see dysfunction, you know what they do? They put another input in, which is normalize the dysfunction. Eat sugars and high fructose food. Well, over here, people have been literally getting fat.
If you guys ever check on the food pyramid, they just released a new food pyramid. I encourage you to go look that up. They put Cheerios and Frosted Flakes and in these high sugary cereals above meat. Okay, and I'm not making this stuff up. You can go look for yourself. It's a government sanctioned. They want you to be fat. They want you to not be able to be in control of your body. You know why? What happens when you're fat? One, you're consuming more food. Two, you die earlier. Three, it just puts you in a lower vibration state to where you can't, you're weak, and you're more susceptible to disease, and you're just it's the life expectancy has gone down over time, even though our technology has progressed because of these factors. And what kills me is that they've normalized it to the point where there's no such thing as you can't tell somebody they're fat without being like you're against them or whatever. It's like if you're fat, that means you're unhealthy. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. That is the way it is. If you're fat, you're overweight, you are unhealthy. Okay? It's just there's no doubt about it. There's no, oh, well, she's big and that's okay, or he's big and that's okay. No, it's not okay. You as a collective, you are destroying each other doing that. You're getting more divided, you're getting more isolated, you're getting more hateful towards each other, when in reality you're not looking at the control mechanisms that have been placed upon you. Why are you fat? Okay, it's not your fault, when in reality you have a decision to eat more, but you're fat because these corporations are putting so much calorically dense food and pesticides inside your food that your body just doesn't even know what it does. The whole obesity epidemic is insane to me, and how we've normalized it to the point where it's okay to be 50 pounds overweight. It's okay to be 100 pounds overweight, and if you say something about it, you're going against the narrative, and they don't like that.
It's led to obesity, or they've been putting in foods that are affecting people's gut microbiome. This is what I call from policy to biology. People are getting worse and worse. They're actually making more money because the obesity now creates obesity drugs. The endocrine
Yes.
disruptors, let's talk about this. This will really explain.
Endocrine disruptors. Why are all these men on TRT? Okay, TRT, for those who don't know, testosterone replacement therapy, HRT, hormone replacement therapy. All right, there have been more people on TRT than I can even name anymore. The most common. I used to get introduced to TRT because of the bodybuilding circle. Many bodybuilders abuse steroids. It lowers your natural testosterone production. Therefore, you have to be on TRT to maintain normal, healthy function of your testosterone. Now, there's men that aren't even on steroids that are taking TRT, and they're my age. They're 26, 27, 30 years old on literally, it's basically equivalent to insulin. If you don't have it, your endocrine glands, you can't produce any testosterone. You are messed up. That makes you weak. That makes you it's susceptible to, if you don't have your shots, you get even weaker. It is just making you reliant on these control mechanisms, and that's what they want. They want you to rely on the electricity they provide. They want you to rely on the obesity drugs they provide you. They want you to rely on your own hormones that your body produces. They want you to rely on that from their pharmaceutical companies. They want you to get a shot. They want you to get the Vax or V or whatever. Can't even don't even know if you can say it, but you know what I'm talking about. They want all of that. They want you to stay at home. They want you to shut your mouth. They want you to be a slave.
What's going on with Bud Light. About 20 years ago, there was research done at the universities that clearly showed the use of restricted use pesticides like atrazine and other chemicals in the atmosphere actually cause endocrine disruption, which
Really? That sounds a lot like chemtrails. Oh, and I guess all the conspiracy people are now, they've been wrong the whole time, right? No, they've been spewing chemicals in the air to make people weak.
could reduce male testosterone, which could also affect mammals where the sex organs can change. And this was done by the work of Tyrone Hayes. So if you're
Really? Does that sound familiar? Transgenders. Everything you see anymore is about transgender. Uh, it just blows my mind how people aren't even seeing this. There is something wrong. This is not normal. This has never happened in human history, other than up to now. There have Transgenders are not even a real thing. There were not transgender people in Rome because they didn't have these. It was controlled back then, but it's definitely even worse now. I think that there are. honest to true gay people. There have been gay people for thousands of years. That is a whole different category than the transgender people. Transgender people, and they've even done studies, the depression rate and suicide rate of transgender people are highest 8 years after they made the switch. How healthy is that for a civilization to have? Uh, it's it's just asinine to me, and I can't. And if you go against, oh, you're transphobic, oh, you're this, that, and the other. No, I'm. You have to lay down barriers as a man, as an independent person in the United States or anywhere in the world. You have to stand up for what you believe in. Okay, this isn't a belief. This is a reality. Okay, the transgender stuff is just, it literally lights me up because I can't even explain to you how that people are just so confused, and I understand why because of things like this. But you just need to take a step back and realize what this is. It's a nefarious agenda that is being afflicted upon you, and what you're doing is you're fighting each other. And that's exactly what they want about it. They want you to fight against or they want you to shut up and let everything go on. Oh, it's okay. Let the government run over you. Oh, it's okay. You're just transphobic. You're just xenophobic. You're just racist. You're just this, that, and the other. All these isms and ists that people claim to even know what they're talking about, but in reality, they're regurgitating information that they see on the news.
Over here at a university and you find out one of your researchers discovered that, and you are playing golf with people over here at Syngenta. Syngenta is the one who produced atrazine. They're going to say, hey, man, we don't want this research coming out, because you have to understand something. The investment community here is investing in all of these companies. So if you're one of these large investment companies, you're moving trillions of dollars. $600 trillion, by the way, move through the economy every day. You, as one of the elites managers of money, you're moving all this money. You know all of these people. You know the CEO of
Yes.
Target. You know the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, you know the CEO of Pfizer and Syngenta. And imagine that you see, wow, the stuff that we've been creating is causing sexual disruption changes. You're seeing a phenomenon where more and more people are questioning their sexuality. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that the general public doesn't understand this, because if they did, they would awaken to something that's going on from the decisions you made. So you call up your friend, Bud Light, he goes, hey, look, let's run a campaign. Let's normalize trans. Let's exploit a willing person to be exploited like this Dylan Mulvaney. Let's put them on as a poster boy for Bud Light, and let's push them out there, because we want the attention to normalize a dysfunction. Because the goal is to make sure they don't lose their trillions over in Syngenta. They're willing to take $1 billion hit over here, but they want to save their trillions in big pharma and big ag, because they're all part of the same family. They all do favors for each other. And then again, you would go do it at Target. You try to normalize it because you don't want people over here to understand the bigger picture. But you are interconnected. You could strike deals left and right. Let's do a marketing campaign in here. Let's normalize. Same thing if you can look at what's going on in obesity. All these pharma companies are making big money from obesity drugs, but there's movies on Netflix and Amazon promoting fat people as a norm. What's happening over here, you have
Fat people are not normal, okay? I was overweight. I'm sure many people are overweight. Fat people are not normal. You should be at a healthy weight. Your family should be at a healthy weight. If you are not, that is not normal.
people who are pro-fat and people who are anti-fat people. You have people who are pro-woke and anti-woke, and they don't care. So you have a bunch of these idiots writing books against woke companies and anti-woke companies. You have people creating apps, only shop at anti-woke companies, don't go to woke companies. But you guys understand that these guys don't give a damn? They're making money anyway. The investment
Yeah.
bankers are going to make money from woke companies and anti-woke companies. But
Yep.
what's occurring here is people are being divided. These guys are happy because they're inputting policies and propaganda. People here are being divided, and that is the goal, to achieve power, profit, control. So as long as these people work together as a swarm to control the policies and the propaganda, and they provide false heroes, and they're using the Trumps, the Kennedys, and Gandhis, all of them who talk a big game, their goal is to make sure that you never understand this, that you keep thinking, oh, Kennedy's going to solve the problem. Trump is going to solve the problem. They don't want you to be leaders in your own communities. They want you to outsource your future to people like Trump or Kennedy because they're part of the swarm. And you keep getting more.
It all comes down to personal responsibility. People are victims. The victimhood mentality is so normalized now that you're just waiting for somebody to come and save you. Oh, give me this shot and I'll be clear of sickness. Maybe take some self-responsibility, take some zinc, vitamin D, get some sunlight, get some exercise, get some education around these things. If you get sick, it is your responsibility, okay? Nobody else got sick for you. That is your life, your responsibility. You are in control of your life. This is exactly what they want. They want you to put control of your life into someone else's hands. That is never, ever going to work.
More unhealthy, more ignorant, more entertained, but most importantly, you are divided. People here don't organize themselves to smash this people up. And this is the history of human oppression. They have it down to a system, a goal, they have a controller, they have specific inputs, and they manipulate billions of people to achieve this state. They produce dysfunction. They don't give a damn if you die. The life expectancy in the United States, your children are going to die sooner than you. And they've achieved their goal. They don't give a damn. Do you understand? These people are eating organic foods. They get the best restaurants. They get the best insurance, they get the best healthcare, and this is what they want to achieve. And that's how they're controlling people. The other way they're controlling you is they want you to keep looking to the elites like Trump and Kennedy and all these people to save you. They want you to look to the swarm. They do not want you to ever support a Malcolm X or a Dr. Shiva or you. They don't want you to become leaders. And this is a goal. As long as you're divided, as long as you're looking over here, you're going to achieve their goal of power, profit, and control. So what's the way out? How do we win? The first way we win, everyone's got to be aware of the science of systems. Without this understanding, there are goals, there are controllers, there are systems, there are intelligence, and there are dumb systems. You are never going to break out of this because you will think everything is, oh my God, we got to talk about aliens and UFOs and flat earth or this. All those may be interesting topics, but they don't come down to the fundamentals of understanding this. And the only way out of this is people here have got to understand the principles of system science. And the good news is you can learn this at Truth Freedom Health. So first of all, learn these principles at Truth Freedom Health. That's the only place. This is my gift to people. We've made it accessible to all your children. Any person who goes through the course, you can give it to your children. Anyone can learn this. But the goal is go to Truth Freedom Health and you will understand the science of systems. So we've created that weapon. And with this weapon, this is a hammer here, we have a way to smash this swarm. But without the understanding of this, without you understanding this system science, without you understanding the knowledge of systems, you will never break out of this. Please volunteer. Go to shivaforpresident.com, volunteer. And by the way, when you donate, I don't like to take people's money for nothing. I give you books and courses and access to the entire community at truthfreedomhealth.com. So please take advantage of that if you want to donate. But if you don't want to donate, volunteer. We're going to be getting on the ballot in all the states. So we need people on the ground. So go to Shiva for President, numeral for president.com and volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. Our campaign is about mobilizing you. We have a whole program that we want to train you to be a leader. So we get connected. We're no longer helpless. We stop looking to these fools like Kennedy and Trump and all these other people because where have they gotten us? They're part of the system to increase power, profit, and control. This is why a small set of people, the elites, to keep getting richer and richer off the backs of people. This is why these people are able to control you because they make you disconnected and divided in a very, very systems way. This is the science of systems that they're using. There's about 10,000 people that learn this science. This is not accidental, everyone. What I'm here to tell you is once you understand the engineering physics here, we can smash these people and make a society where people are decentralized but connected. We're no longer divided, but we're united with the interests that we have to face their propaganda and destroy them and to no longer follow false heroes. And that's what this is about. Because the way we're going now, as I've talked about, those in power want to kill you. It's not a hyperbole. They want to kill you. The movement for Truth, Freedom, Health and our campaign for Shiva for President is about making sure you live long and prosper. And the only way to do it is you have to become aware of this, recognizing that there's a systems process. Fortunately, truthfreedomhealth.com exists. I wish I didn't have to go do this. In fact, our parents should have done this for us. But anyway, Truth Freedom Health exists. Our campaign exists. So go to shivaforpresident.com, become a volunteer, become a warrior scholar, truthfreedomhealth.com. Every Thursdays at 11 a.m. and at 8 p.m. I do a open house and we have our 8 p.m. town halls for our campaign. Please join them. You can RSVP at vashiva.com/orientation. The other important you can do where we start taking control of our lives, that you start supporting one of us. I'm one of you, leaders, bottoms up. I didn't grow up in a Kennedy compound. I didn't grow up with golden plated toilet seats. I grew up like you guys. And as a part of that, make sure that you share this video. Hit the share button. Make sure you retweet it. Make sure you click the notify. Make sure you put comments on, because you know that I've been exposing their false heroes, Elon Musk and the Kennedys and all their not so obvious establishment people. So their retribution is to shadow ban me. My tweets used to get 500,000 views per day. Today, I'm lucky if I get 5,000 views per day. And then they put keywords if something starts going viral to stop that. So the way you can help is sign up as a volunteer so we get on the ground. The future is offline. I need you to go share these videos, get it out there, and become a Truth, Freedom, Health warrior. That's the ways you guys can help, contribute. Anyway, there you go. So anyway, I hope this is valuable. Be the Light, ShivaForPresident.com, TruthFreedomHealth.com. Thank you, everyone. Be well. Be the light. Have a good night. Have a
Okay. So thank you guys for watching this. I just want to encourage you to share this video. This is Dr. Shiva. You can go look him up. He does great work. He's been talking about this for a very long time. This is a great macro perspective to start. Yes, extraterrestrials have to do with this, but this is more boots on the ground practical matters, okay? We can get into the secret societies that happened during World War II, Thule Society and whatnot, but um, this is the fundamental actions that they're taking against us. And channels like mine, channels like others that I'll be sharing with you as well, are just that you need to get this information out. If this resonated with you, please share this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified. I post these videos every day. I'm going to be posting a lot more content and sharing with you guys my sources of where I get all this information from. I've been studying this for a long time, like I mentioned, and I think people need to wake up to this. This is we have to take a stand now. It seems like I'm, really urgent about this stuff, but that's because it's a really big deal. It's never been more important for you to stand up for what you believe in, stand up for what's right, get knowledgeable about what's actually happening on our planet, in our systems, and the control mechanisms that you've been having placed on you, your family, your loved ones, your friends, your teachers, the firemen, the policemen. All of these people have been lied to. All of this needs to be exposed. You need to share videos like this. You need to support people like this. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.